Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to register. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to register. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to register. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just
Welcome aboard. 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 Welcome aboard
Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics.
What up? What up? It's Friday. We talk about market and turmoil vibes. We're just going to talk about, Putin's Red Army. We are world in turmoil vibes. But hey, the NFT markets are still kind of strong. So we're going to cover all markets today and kind of do a little upgrade over here on YouTube. I see only 83. Like half of our crew from Twitch has not gotten over here yet, apparently. What do you guys see? What up? You guys like how many of you caught Mooncat Love last night? Okay, I got you guys. That cat was dope. Mooncat dropping some knowledge bombs. Okay, guys, I got it on the viewers. Shout out to John Wayne. Appreciate you, sir. Shout out to Gano. Mooncat was pretty fun. Yeah, it was a good show. So first to Winter After Dark's back on YouTube off of Twitch Prison finally. So hopefully that's gonna be a good transition for us. So make sure you check those out. Definitely a different vibe. We're not rushing to the open of the stock market, so it's kind of cool. Here we gotta build a bit more business, but two different vibes. Hopefully, some of our Australian audience has time to catch up on those. There's definitely some good intel there to take over to the next day. Tuesday was hilarious. Appreciate you, Erzy. Yeah, definitely catch up on yesterday. So, you got a night show, 2 night shows to kind of look at things a little slower, look at some earnings, look at the effects, markets, talk about things more broadly. We had a really great conversation about brand strategies, talking about CloneX and this new model that you can really employ inside, the Metaverse that, really hasn't been seen before, and creating, really taking the airdrop system that was, in crypto to an amazing length. If you think about it, they have the brand that people wish they had to do these things in 2014, 15, and 16 when, they're airdropping shit and trying to FUD websites that they had products that didn't exist. This is the ultimate product to get to do what, crypto people understood about, creating, value with on-chain through airdrops, but with no real product. We finally see what a real product actually does, right? So that model that Nike's employing, it's going to be, I think, it's going to be the dominant model of the entire metaverse for products. What did John Siddall say? Kathy is running an ETF. Her universe is specific. What's that in reference to? Kathy Woods is running her fund into the ground and she's a fucking idiot. That's probably a more accurate, description. She's a moron. And she can't tell when she's wrong, and she's going to keep saying the same shit until she blows that fund apart. But, we've seen those people in many cycles. Ali said, "Yo, Kaz, can you answer this? You spoke about sector rotation in the previous stream and how hedge funds use that technique. Not sector rotation. It's called portfolio rotation theory. So they rotate through assets in a specific balance, that allows them to transfer the alpha from one side of the portfolio to the other, and redistribute that, maintaining that allocation." And that over time helps them to take, to buy the the underperforming asset with the alpha from the outperforming asset. And when you rebalance like that, you'll make money across time without actually knowing what the fuck you're doing. If you've got somebody type in there, if he's got no sound, just to reload his YouTube. What up, TR Shaves? Boy, they really had these. These are the worst fucking emojis I've ever seen. Like, literally, like, specifically horrible. Somebody send these guys, like, something. Any good graphic artists out there should be submitting stuff to YouTube to save them from this apocalyptic-looking chat. That Twitch did to have that formula, boy. Holy fuck. That looks terrible. Yeah, so definitely some interesting things. And, we talked about Bored Apes and that marketplace seemingly insulated. Somebody had said, hey, if markets are de-risking growth and high risk names, why is Bored Ape sitting where it is? And I think Bored Apes has achieved as an all cash market, they've achieved a price threshold that puts them kind of more in like a luxury art kind of class. And those markets are very insulated because of the tier of of a person that is in that space, right? Those folks aren't really vulnerable to like liquidity shocks like a lot of other people are in smaller retail markets. So now, kind of like a market onto itself. And that's like, that's something really important to pay attention to as they, introduce the virtual real estate aspect of it. So I guess all eyes this weekend are on how this Bored Ape sale goes. Right after the show last night, they backtracked on the Dutch auction, said those are bullshit, and that they were going to go ahead and just say it's going to be 305 apes per lot. So this is worth talking about right now that they made that course correction, because it changes the entire like fundamental of the pump you see going ape. I think let me see if I have that chart up still. I hope I do. So yeah, this is the pump since it was on the show. For you guys who've been paying attention on here, awesome. We put it on the show back here at 14. That was an 86% move off the bull flag from trigger to trigger, right? We told you to pay attention to this. Gotta hate that so much. We showed you when he was actually under here on the first trigger. He said he likely would counter structure down perfect, and so we had this guy on the show for a while. Now they came out, and last night, literally this happens, right? We're on the show last night, and this climax happens pretty much going into the show. And after this, they come out and say the Dutch auction is crap, and it's 305 coins per. Now, what was the total amount of coins that each ape holder got airdropped on them, guys? It was like 12,000, wasn't it? Something crazy like that, I believe. It's something crazy like that. And so, one of the unknowns is like, what price would ape be, and is the conversion for, the going rumor was that it was going to be one ETH worth of ape to buy a lot, and, you didn't know if fucking ape was going to be at fucking 20, 30, or 50 at time of transaction. When exactly are you going to value one ETH of ape, right? And so there was a wild pump on it. But the reality was, like we talked about on the Tuesday show, right? That fucking pump, you can clearly see, that's like Andreessen Horowitz themselves, right? There's a fucking like serious algo that was just pushing it. I told you, this is the one thing you can look at. This is a no-brainer. There's so much money into that thing. It's just going to push straight the fuck out of here. And it pretty much everybody could have rode that train, and you did. But the fact is, when you run pumps like that, like they're doing, it costs a fuck ton of money to support that. And I've seen these things where pumps are far bigger than people realize, because the real target is actually to properly unload, not the coin. But it hit me last time when I saw this, right, that maybe this is actually, there's an alternate rationale here, and maybe they're really trying to get people to get rid of their ape, because you'll give up your governance in the token, right? You'll give up your voting rights. And so now people have far too much ape for what it really takes to buy a lot. You can buy 2 lots per fucking KYC, and you've got fucking 12,000 fucking apes. It's going to incentivize you to dump it. Now you know how much apes it takes to do it. Some people have far too many apes. They can fucking start to dump on the market. and actually turn over the apes to the very people that want to lock it up to take away vote and take a majority share of voting rights in the DAO. So this actually might be employed to one, save the amount of money it's going to take to keep shoving this thing through the fucking ceiling. And actually, if you were going to buy the properties anyway, you're going to lock up, you're going to give away your voting rights. You're going to give away your ape and lose voting rights. This is just going to make you give away more of it. So this is definitely worth paying attention to. When you ever see dumps in really, let's change that to something else. When you see like climax structures like this, right? We've seen this like many times. You've got a climax pullback. That's what we've got a range. He can do whatever in here, and then we can always deal with him up here if he's going to go again. We'll deal with him coming through that. Right now, there's a good chance he actually corrects to the trend line that we've got here, maybe even through it, fucks a couple people, then turns around and then goes and does some shit like that, right? Just like there are two possible paths. So we'll leave that shit on there and keep track of them. But right now, the fact he did this kind of changed some of the fundamental rationale for mindlessly buying apes into the fucking the other side launch, which is this weekend. You kind of want to just be careful with what he's done here and watch the range, right? So right now, if you play this, you gotta, oh fuck, what the fuck did I just do, motherfucker? That's fucking lovely. I hope that's the right chart. Well, sweet. All right, cool. Yeah, my bad. We'll make that guy pass B. Damn, that doesn't show up so good. Why doesn't it show up so well? What should I use on here? Blue screen's killing me. All right, we'll just use that, right? So depending on what he does here, give him birdie red path. Watch how he does a shockwave in the middle, and then how he decides to leave. But this is probably the safest thing. They can come down here and basically fuck everyone on a fake breakdown, and then totally rotate back up. Or just if they want to put more gas under it, they're going to blow it out like right now. This was I thought important to make the sale of other side make sense. If they're going to go ahead and just change the entire rules of what they're going to do with the auction and how much ape, everyone now knows it's a known thing of how much you need. I think it's to corner the supply of ape and take the voting rights away from the holders of the property, and ultimately have you in a universe where you don't have rights, right? Which is exactly like the world today, a fractal of that. It makes more sense, I think, when you look at it that way. But, there's a lot of fucking hype around this thing, so still keep your eyes on this shit, I think this thing has a chance of going higher, but I do think they took away, some of the fundamentals that help this trajectory. I think likely to save money and to corner the supply. Morning, peeps. Why you late, son? Hit the like button, do all that stuff, subscribe, junk, all these things. I see 107. Timely warning on taking some profits. Good. Hope you guys like I said, you'd been up something retarded for watching this show. You guys are a long time there. It was 10,000 apes per board ape yacht holder, right? So if the dude's gonna be able to buy 2 properties now for 610, and he can't wait, he's gotta wait for the next tranche and maybe get 4. Yeah, it's fucking fantastically too much ape for the fucking sale. Right? You have to think about what is what. So it incentivizes guys with that massive airdrop to just fucking cash in and wait, get your properties and cash in and wait for, see what happens to the properties. Ultimately, if they do that, they're going to throw away their voting rights and the token. So I think it's worth paying attention to. You always watch anything like that, a massive change in the whole rollout. I think it looks unprofessional as fuck to do it a day before, 2 days before, but they don't do anything without a reason. So, let's keep eyes on that and see how it goes for the weekend. So beyond that shit, it's Friday. How'd you guys do this week? You have a good week? Some fucking ridiculous intel inside OnlyFans. For anybody that played those 2 big ass fucking collapses in both ARC. I know you guys saw what fucking Kathy just did in Teladoc as she fucking unwound some Tesla and made Teladoc one of her biggest holdings, and then ate a 44% drop. Big penis strikes again. I'm telling you, man, her investors have been getting nothing but dick. And it's stunning to watch the media constantly fucking, just, hype her the entire way down as her fund literally makes the crash cycle of crash cycles. It's fucking craziest shit I've ever seen. You guys survived the roller coaster or what? Our boy Elon had to sell some stock in order to fucking preserve the balance of power to buy Twitter. A lot of people are trying to calculate, how far Tesla's got to go down to fuck up the Twitter deal. And I think Elon just proved that he's willing to get this no matter what. So This is really fucking important to see that he would do this. Yes, as hard as the market was hit, his stock can delever the fucking the buy on Twitter, and he's willing to sell $4 billion of his own shit to basically make sure he's got the money to cover the difference. This is huge. He'll do it again. He wants Twitter, and you know what? You guys ever seen the James Bond movie? I know you guys are probably too young for this shit. Tomorrow Never Dies. That is like it's not one of the greater James Bond movies. The Pierce Brosnan one. He's awful as James Bond. But in that movie, the bad guy is a newspaper mogul, and he said the real power in the world is the power of controlling people's minds and perception. So controlling all media is basically the power of God. To make people think whatever you want them to think. Yeah, it's 1990s. It's all this shit. So, but that's the thing. To control Twitter as a platform, you can't go without realizing what the fuck it was doing when like Donald Trump was on it. Donald Trump could influence the mood of the world through this thing. That motherfucker showed you how weaponizable Twitter was in a way no one ever used it from a position of power. No one ever had it. Elon is like the next biggest voice like that. He's one of the most notable people in the entire world. And the fact is, to control Twitter, it gives you access to control sentiments in the world, to control how conservative or how liberal the world goes, by what voices you let speak. If you do cut conservative voices and lean towards liberalism, you can fucking influence the whole planet. And that's it's a fantastic amount of power. It's what fucking really, Zuckerberg plays with too. He has the ability to influence 3 billion people depending on what he wants to show you. If he wants to show you like positive news or negative news, they ran experiments in there that leaked out where they were actually just deciding what mood you'd be in and show you what they want to show you. Right? This is an amazing power, and I think people are like, oh, he just wants to buy a social platform. Twitter is not any social platform. This fucking thing moves markets. From as far back as like 2015, 16, 17, I've traded with a lot of guys here in crypto, and we realized this fucker beats Bloomberg terminals, everything. When there were terrorist attacks in fucking France and motherfuckers drove a truck through a crowd, we were looking at we're trading futures, trading Dow and NASDAQ futures. And we're sitting there and like, okay, we see pictures of this shit happening. We're like, I don't see a reaction in futures. I didn't know this shit had fucking dropped off a bridge. And minutes go by before it makes it to any kind of distribution where major market centers get hit by fucking the reaction. And we started to realize, holy shit, like we're minutes in front of anything. Like Twitter is the fastest way to get a breaking story. Motherfuckers on site, there's no media that can get in front of Twitter. Twitter is the fastest distribution of information in the world. And if you understand how to organize that database, it's fucking power. So I think people undervalue why Elon is going for it. It's definitely huge. And we hope that he stays true to his words on free speech and helps to fucking undo the injustice done to our brand, which was basically the problem with crypto in general, is that people could weaponize deplatforming people, to make sure they preserve themselves on the internet. So, we definitely like to see that, undone with our accounts. So, Elon, free Nomics. Get us back on there. You wouldn't believe what role we had in Dogecoin in 2014 that led you to be a big fan of it today. But we can show you some cool video about it. I wonder how he could combine Twitter power with space. I don't know if it's about combining with space. It's just about having, a control of like the sentiment of the world, really. So pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't want to talk about the evidence and things against what happened to my account on this show. I just want to have some fun with this show. Maybe I'll put something on video, and something else, but we'll just not taint this one. Let's see, because that stuff's all negative as fuck. All right, I'm gonna do your war stories. You motherfuckers better have a lot of war stories in here because it's been like busy shit. Let me see. Where's Reddit? Fuck. Where's Reddit? What do you guys got? What do you got? You guys have some good plays. What did you write? Ape milking apes. That's like a very horrible visual. 12 hours ago. Oh wow, you guys wrote a lot of shit. What the fuck? Cooking oil shortage coming into effect in the UK. Ooh, you guys see this? All these things don't take your eyes off that whole famine thing. Banging the ape. You guys are all weird. What the fuck? Hey y'all, it's Crypto Cowboy Chef. I've managed to come out of the paper trading closet to hit ape. Very nice. It was a wild ride of emotions that came out with a happy ending. Bro. Bro. And lots of memos to learn from. Patience is always key. Trading reminds me of fishing. Waiting to confirm direction. Don't fight the trend. Watch to sustain breakouts. Understand risk management. Always wear a stop loss. Don't forget to tip your waiter. Sounds like good advice to me. Below, watch to create a plan. Look at this. This is your first one coming off paper trading. Look at the color schemes. Heavy on the yellows. That's a banger move. Where'd you get that from? You took that off for like 19. Very nice. And this probably guess what your exit is. That looks good to me. 21 R's. That's you coming out of paper. That looks fucking pretty beastly. Look at what little due diligence can do, right? All you guys watch the show, you learn a lot of shit. I think we crossed over 1400, didn't we? Yep, we did. Watched the creative plan I executed and got kicked out in my first play. That happened. Set a stop too low. I reset and waited for a better entry and set up a broader stop at my previous target line. I followed the trend, set up incremental trigger alarms. I then bumped my stops at each downplay segment based off my previous stop as it reconfirmed upward momentum. Very nice. You came up with your own scheme. I was feeling the thrill and I knew I had to turn at some point. Looking at the chart, I started feeling a bit anxiety, panic, wondering if I should sell at any moment. In that reminded me of the psychology of market cycle chart and proof confirmed my emotions that we in fact are going down and the uptrend is over. I then closed out my play before my stop walked with the 21 R's. Pretty dope. I think that's as good as it gets, right? So he put some things into practice first, and then he stepped into this thing, and you guys saw him talk about paper before, and then bang, right? I think that's what you guys got to use this stuff, man. You get to see people's timelines as they get, their stories are all here. So this is huge. You can click on anybody and read all the postings they've done. Gabriello, what up? Glad you made it over to YouTube, buddy. Have you been mostly away entertained with visits from a few personal events that happened? This made me drift and commit a few mistakes. Trades that were planned but not executed properly. Noticed a few things. If I'm not fully focused, I cannot trade, especially in this high-risk environment. Very true, man. VIX is making the market move too fast to fuck around. So you got to be on your shit. Big gains can vanish in an instant. I've been a victim of that myself. So also I have difficulty introspecting whenever I have to take a break. It's like I want to push myself regardless of what's happening. It happened to my entire life, mostly in work environments, and I don't know how to fix it. I might have just to smoke a J more often. Yeah, if you got it, blaze it. After taking a step back, was able to reorientate the drift and come back to a clearer mind. Check Mooncat's analysis on Ape. Mooncat dropping the fucking fire analysis publicly and saw it bull flagging at all-time highs. Thank you for this analysis. It made the execution much easier and provided 12 R's. Y'all motherfuckers blow it out. You guys like up here struggling and then you put up some stupid ass shit like that. Money fucking shit, bro. You caught it from 17. Look at that. That's as good as it gets, guys. Really, and that's do you have to play from the trenches to get some ridiculous risk reward? No. You just have to fucking play like where you have a high probability of winning it. So all of you are demonstrating really good application of the logic that I see that we did in OnlyFans on like how to play bull flag rotations, and you guys are all taking them deep as shit. So this looks really great from everybody. I can see where your entries are, and it's real good stuff. Let me get to that. See, look at this guy. Yeah, see, this is cool. Where's homie to you? So you bought from down in the trenches here off of 17. It looks like he's in front of you, catching the breakout on the top of the same flag. So you're down here, and this is where you are. You pulled out a 21. This is a great example, right? Look at this. He pulled out what is this one you said? This is a 12R from down lower. So, right, it's just about where he defined risk. A lot of you always wonder about, do you have to be in the trenches? This is actually bought lower, and there's a 12R. This is bought higher. It's a tighter structure. He gets a 21. It's not about how low you get it. It's just about understanding that you want to have a high probability trade, right? Because today's high can be tomorrow's low. It's not really what you got to hear there. It's just how you define risk. This is a great example back-to-back to see that. We talk about it all the time. I like your stepping sequence. Very, very pretty. These are two good ones to see back-to-back. Thanks, guys. See the power of Reddit's war stories. Milking Apes, not a good title. TR Shapes, what are you with what you draw? I understand. I don't think I would like to put your art on the show. I'm pretty sure I'll get my station canceled. Could be in front of the chart to catch the big wave on Ape like some of you guys, but patience can still lead to something. Always a good virtue to train right. Seed notes on chart. Thank you, Kaz and Dr. Vale. Congrats on the foundation. You guys know I'm a creator on foundation. Follow over there. Some interesting things are going to happen. Oh shit, missed all this. Okay. 3.5. Well, that's a pretty sick rotation. You were to catch a sick correction and do that, and that's pretty awesome to show that you can, there's plays to be made everywhere if you're patient and you like, try to play high probability structures. Very good shit, dude. Very good dodge of that also. Just good shit. Milking apes, bro. Why would you call it that? 2 war stories left. Hi, all. Funky Ho again is my second war story, so I've just been playing on the trends that the most of this is going down, so I've been searching for bear flags and playing that. Being new to trading, I'm just sticking with to what I know to identify implementing that is my planned trade. I unfortunately missed Ape. Every single person, don't worry about it. You don't have to play the one thing that's popular. You just have to play something that you win on. But are a couple crypto plays and ASX rare earth producers. AVAX USDT short, 3.9. Pretty simple bear flag on the downtrend. Execute as it hit the floor of where it began. Although it continued to run down even more than my target, I applied my plan and got out, which is something I'm trying to be happy with. Rather than, just don't look at things, keep running and say, oh, I wish I did this, right? Just be able to actually execute a plan. You'll start to learn how to leave stuff in there to get it to go further. But just you don't have to be part of the whole wave. You just need to make money. Just always remember, first and foremost, I just need to make money. You don't have to get every part of the fucking price. You just need to make money. As you saw there, those guys defined 12 and 21 R's within a range of price. So it's not like you have to get everything. You can increase just the profitability of your plans, right? But don't get caught up in what else happens afterwards. Move on and do other stuff. ETHUSD, ASX shorts. Yeah. Then so this one doesn't run anymore. It works in your plans. The other one runs. Just don't get too caught up in that. You executing your plans and getting right like this. That's all you really give a shit about. So these look really great, man. I like seeing these up here, Funky Ho. Good stuff. And then last but not least, we're on 842, so we're gonna get a macro in. Ape, damn, you guys are a fucking ride or die ape click. Did y'all trade anything else? Holy fuck. What's this? That thing is fucking crazy liquid. There's an insane algo running that pump. Yeah, you guys see it, right? That fucker didn't budge. You touch it, it just fucking just freight train. But like I said, that takes a lot of fucking money. I think that's why they kind of thought about this. If they're gonna sustain that for another 2 days, they're gonna burn a lot of fucking capital to do it. So interesting. But yeah, manage your risk. Good job, you guys paying attention to that. That thing looked a little fucking dangerous. So I threw out, a warning for you guys. So any of you guys are watching the show, they're not in there, hit the Discord link on Mooncat's Twitter, or on this show right below it. There's Discord link, and should be, and you can hop in there. And we're going to organize that public channel into a straight trading community where we'll have try to keep you guys from macro rotation, things like that could be dangerous when we see it, and then obviously there's much more to go inside that world. So this is awesome. These are really good reflections, and all the different people's different entries in Ape, these are all worth checking out, right? He's in the same place as that one. Is that right? Oh no, you're in the depths down there at 14. What a beast ass fucking catch that is. That's Juno's in the depths of hell right there. So he's in a pullback from the Tuesday show. Look at all you guys. Look at where your rotations are. Y'all are some beasts in the fucking trenches of all these. How did you guys all arrive at this? Is it from studying all the stuff on Reddit? Look at that. Is that wild or what? All these motherfuckers. And that one even right there, right? Good rotation. You guys have fucking worked out a hell of an execution scheme between yourselves. Isn't that awesome? None of that was taught directly. That's all from fucking you guys watching the show. That's sick. For you veterans, how crazy is that to see where these guys have created their execution strat? That's pretty fucking fire, I think. Good shit. What you can get from a good morning show, right? That scorecard is fire. All 4 of those, dude. You guys, that's a study. That's a case study. All those executions and all those different locations in Ape, I would fucking take that. We should review that in Discord. That's fucking amazing to see all the different places. And y'all play very similar versions and got really good R&Rs out of that shit, Mooncat chart and shows were crisp. Yeah, fire shit, dudes. That, I'm proud of you guys. That is fucking wild, man. I have a buy off of the top of the last leave there at 17 or something. So that's fucking sick. Damn. They're buying in the trenches out here. That's crazy. See, that's what I wanted the show to be able to teach people. Right there, if you could just do a little homework. Reddit's got literally 1,000 versions of entry logic, and OnlyFans has a complete breakdown. And then we have a couple shows we gave you pinned to Reddit. There you go. You guys know what you're doing, And that right there, everyone who can do that, Look at what the fuck Big Penis is doing in her fund, and you realize how many millions of miles away Kathy Woods is from understanding, like, defining risk reward, and she's in charge of billions of dollars of firing into an avalanche. You can be that timely, or you can be her. That's who's on the other side of us. Actually, if you shorted fucking ARK, she's getting her big penis tickled. All right, so we talked about Elon. Fed favored inflation gauge roll 5.25% in March. So we got an inflation number while we're in Stro right now. So let's go look at some macro things and see where markets are, right? Ooh, I pulled out an OG fucking. This is the OG VIX chart for you guys who don't realize it. This is in TradingView from 2015. So all the key VIX ranges that we always talk about, they're actually from back here, back in the days. VIX 21 and stuff like that. So if you go into the TradingView, see that's a swing range, 44 by 37. And that's where we're at today. So I pulled this out just to kind of see it. So back in the days, like this is actually, I used to use the RSI. I don't use this shit anymore. See, this was a chart when I presented it. Let's see if I can get it to fit the way it used to fit. He used to go in that shockwave. Anyways, I can't get him in there, but it would just kind of show you where your corrections are, right? And this guy, like, when this pumps off of here, you're complacent as shit. Markets are toppy, and you pump, you get corrected. And then when you go back to 21, you get your risk on phases. So this kind of showed you the phases of risk on and risk off with the VIX. So if you ever go back on a steady cool VIX chart, this OG one, I could probably go and fill in all these parts again, but that'll take forever. I don't want to do that. You guys can figure it out. That's years ago. See, that's the last time I did this chart was the summer of 2015. But it was useful ever since, right? So now we're bumping along this, and we strongly above here, 21 to here. This is all dangerous, right? If you look at this chart, you generally don't fuck around once the VIX is above 21, right? It's de-risk city, and once he comes back through it, you can get risk on. So sitting north of this, all dangerous. See the whole time you sit north of 21. 21 is right here, all dangerous shit, right? As soon as you bar down to it, safer to fuck around. Any of the shit sitting up here, the whole time he's up here, generally dangerous. So good to pay attention to exactly how this works, right? Sit outside of it, dangerous, 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 dangerous. Now start to fuck around, right? So we look at this. Oh my fucking God, you're outside the entire fucking time. Jesus God, right? It's a whole different kind of nightmare. And you're back outside of it now, right? This new normal. So since like November, when the Fed started tapering, they basically created a de-risking situation, that sucking sound in the market, which started to fuck growth up the ass. Now with their policy and Putin on the fucking, on a move in Europe and inflation fucking basically crippling the system with supply chains, which Apple already told us last night, right? Supply chains are fucking wrecked. You have a hell of a fucking situation here, right? Markets definitely don't look healthy as a whole. Pulling back like this with a rate cycle, with Putin's situation, and is sitting healthily above 21. So this is worth paying attention to. The 3 bars here, people are looking for the buy any second, any second, any second. You don't want to get sucked in like that, right? You want to be able to pay attention to things like a little bit more macro. This is definitely not that exact moment. Let's see, where did I put it? This one I have last. Spy. So Ragnarok. Hang on. Ragnarok's humility. So Ragnarok, our all-star here on the station, who has forever taken over capital markets. Where happened to my Ragnarok levels? All right, there's Ragnarok. All right, Goku. So Goku's still in play. And we know these are our sentiment levels from Goku, that he was originally Ragnarok. He's now, legendary Goku status. And we're trading in his ranges, right? Ragnarok bouncing around. Nomics is the high. Remember which pleb that was. And this is where, the whole November cycle we just talked about in the VIX is, right? So the whole de-risking and VIX 21 has been basically this entire structure. This is pretty dangerous while we're still staying like, 29 VIX and stuff like that. You're still not out of the woods yet. So we would tell you, adjust your angle, and you're watching in here and between this floor, right? What he does right now, if he gets underneath this, that is going to be very fucking bad. And the VIX will likely be sitting at 37 or breaking into the 37.44 zone. And under this, we would de-risk really, really hard if we sustained under it. So I would definitely pay attention if we get a structure that forms like, oh fuck. Anything forms in here and breaks down through that, very bad. we'll make that something not so retarded looking. How about this? There you go. So anything that forms in here and goes down to there, not good, right? So we want to pay attention. You want to see him come back up and do something like this. If he comes out of here, you know, watch out. So we'll leave that out there for projection for us, that will be down. DXY. Stevie D's level of death. The monolith killer. The fucking Asian trade killer. You guys played DXY here. This is an insane move that's happening. And so DXY is now sitting dead top of a 7-year range in a straight parabolic. This is literally like, you see this guy here, this channel, and this massive blowout arc. Generally, this is super dangerous to sustain. So this is pretty crazy and definitely like the place you pay attention now, having hit the high of 2016. So we're going to mark that, and that's your breakout trigger. It's sustained above that. This is a crazy spot for the US dollar. So a super strong dollar is not good for risk assets. And it's, this is on the back of kind of a global crisis, so you definitely want to pay attention to this. Let's leave that maybe a little bigger. Yeah, that's a serious level to pay attention to right now, the dollar. So first chance for the dollar to extend the shockwave since fucking Obama's presidency. This is fucking crazy times. So that was the big shockwave we've been watching for pretty much a while in the show, right? We drew this guy out. They're huge scale shockwave. I mean, this one started before the banking crisis was visible. Shockwave the banking crisis, and it marked up to this range where it's been sitting on top of that range. These are multi-trillion-dollar shockwaves. This goes to fucking again. It's going to be something everyone's going to want to take note of, right? These are huge structures going on in the dollar right now, like across the last 13 years. So VIX things, we talked about him. So let's zoom in on that motherfucker, VIX. So here's our structure we got now, right? So things are not necessarily really bullish in the market. So Goku, this is our projected path, right? A potential projected path. He went deeper, but here's the rotation we picked up on the last show. Stevie D showed up down here, set up the bull flag, and we're fucking with Goku, right? So now we know this wave structure. This is that kind of wave structure we taught you guys. We're going to delete that and get them out of the way. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This is bad. That's definitely a really obvious fucking bull flag here. We'll use that guy, right? So that guy is like rotated up. That guy is this guy right here, right? In the projection. That's what goes next, right? So that's exactly the rotation from a bull flag, right? Came out of there. Right? That's the entire rotation that you see down here. Floor. Up here. This is best potential higher floor, and he does that. So that's a lot of junk. But anyways, yeah, he's basically him. So he clears, he's in the mid-range of this bull flag to rotate and blow out the high. That's exactly that part. So he rotates this up right now. That's going up into 30.35. This is that high top. I said if he gets through here, that's bad. So if he takes this and blows this out, the S&P is likely going through Ragnarok, and a whole lot of shit's going to de-risk way fucking harder. Like I said before, I think Kathy Woods is a fucking poster child of fucking retardation. And this bitch is going to get fucking, proven to be what she is when they finally give up on fucking lying about this bitch. She is absolutely a fucking crash cycle and a half happening here, right? And her massive form of teledoc and telemedicine literally retarded. Once fucking COVID is over, this motherfucker is over. And he never pulled off a rotation, no bull flag rotation, don't touch it, right? You don't have to bet on a fucking crash. You could wait. You could be not a fucking testicle for brains and actually just wait. It was never a buy. No trigger, no buy, none of us are in this thing. It looks like shit. Kathy can't read a fucking chart and has no idea that the fucking world has changed since since the times of before COVID. So that's wrecked, and people like her need to get the fuck out of the market and stop killing people, right? So Arc Innovation, her fucking, this nonsense that the media sold to people and devastated God knows how many fucking people. This is just November. This bitch has literally fucking died, right? Her other big holding, PayPal, all these things down. So PayPal, we told you, was a good fucking point to pay attention, and there's probably a range he can stall in. But like, you don't need to step in front of shit like this. Like, right, you guys buy shit like Ape. Ape's fucking a freight train. Do you want it? Which one do you want to do? You know, catch that or pump or buy something like Ape. You know, when this guy rotates around, worth playing. This looks like shit. MicroStrategy, we told you watch this shit, right? Possible bear flag on bear flag straight down. Right, pay attention to this. He comes back through here next. That's a fucking problem. So watching that, you're range bound with that. All right, what is this? No, there it goes. So did we do DXY? We did that. We did VIX things. Let's do BTC things. BTC things. So that bear flag on MicroStrategy, also dangerous. If we're gonna have a bull, it's this deal, right? It's this structure, wave up, counter structure, right, rotation back through. You're waiting for something like that above this shit if it happens. Otherwise, he can keep tracking back if we keep de-risking. Right? That's the situation you're in. Everything else we got up here, USDT. This guy gets bullish and gets up here, equals crypto de-risk, right? This will suck fucking capital out of everything, even fucking top tier fucking like NFT projects. This will be fucking the really bad sucking sound under the market. If it gets hit bad, it'll hit fucking ETH, it'll hit things like that. So if you're obviously sitting on top of the ETH marketplace and ETH-based assets, right, you need to hedge ETH on the downside if you can't liquidate those projects. And these projects are very, you know, illiquid. So people are fucking around NFTs, understand that, like, you know, it's not for everybody, that you have to manage your risk. And, you know, the downside risks are definitely massive inside the space. If ETH itself fucking gets pulled back with a bigger de-risking event, you have to protect yourself against that, right? So we know that that's, you know, the key thing to watch. This is what we thought was possible. Can still pull back. This is a trigger like we like if we get to go risk on again, but we still have to give it a chance to prove its rotation like we always wait for. So you're waiting to see, you know, possible pullback range for this thing and see what happens next, and if we get a chance to rotate up to this angle. ETH BTC, always worth watching, gives you an internal gauge, kind of like on ETH itself, and god damn it, there it is. So this is the range I told you to watch ETH, right? This box range, just like we said on the SPY, he should flag in here. This is a spot that if he swings up out of here and straight stabilizes, we're looking for that projection next, right? So this from back here in this projection. So we're waiting for this to fulfill himself, you know. So we'll see, but he's viable, like I said, above that trigger coming out of this range. So if that happens, there's likely, you know, if ETH is strong on BTC, there's likely like not totally de-risking event happening in the market, and then NFT markets themselves would be more stable. So we're going to include these guys into the analysis. Jesus fuck. Would that happen right now? I don't think I refreshed this. One sec. No, okay, that is happening right now. So markets look crazy as shit. Risk markets. This motherfucker is the strongest thing under fucking the sun. Damn it. Come on, quick bait. Holy fucking wow, right? But good old Mooncat. He had that one for you, right? Bored Apes. The legendary thread. Well, good website to use, guys. This is a great website. So, did a breakdown of the internal structure and accumulation, holder, buy pressure. And this is kind of, you can see the same thing, these two blue chips, right? The same shit's been going on for a while. This is back at 93 on BAC in, I think, Jan. So, this is, you know, the two biggest blue chips out there. Definitely have some real crazy shared fundamentals on them. This was the other BAC, if you guys pay attention. Pretty funny, right? TA works on anything. So this is Bored Apes, definitely the other project to pay attention to. These things are out of my reach, but it's definitely a good project to watch. They're setting the standard out there for what you can do for community in the metaverse, and we're going to see what they can do for real estate. And as far as other side, you know, when we see some, you know, interactive 3D bodies, who knows how far they're going to take this, but the better they do, the better we all do that are in the clone world. So pretty dope to see that, and see these guys just fucking like this, they're on their own track, you know. They're not vulnerable to the risk market right now. It's pretty insane to see that. So why is it doing crazy shit like that? It's being crazy because that has to happen on live shows for me. I don't know why the fuck. But yeah, this is the dollar breakout. So pretty good rotation on Bored Apes now. Now pushing in USD terms, even with the ETH down a bit. Sitting up there, still holding his highs, right? So he's repricing as the dollar actually carries some strength, and he's repricing in ETH. So that motherfucker is strong, right? And they've just got phenomenal fucking support on this shit. Um, Over here, we'll use this site, and that site I'll show you some guys some good stuff to TA and check out over here. So you guys on this, if we're gonna TA any holdings, they got to be like top 5, top 10. It can't be like tiny stuff we can do. I don't want to move any markets. I just want to do analysis, and people make choices. So I don't want things I can affect. I can't affect like Bored Apes. It's fucking gargantuan. I can't affect like Mutant Apes and things like that. We don't want to take tiny projects that I touch and somebody just FOMOs their life away. These things are incredibly liquid, incredibly risky, and we're not looking for like some guy with a flashing picture. We want to know like what is the product behind it, and did they have bigger development. So we stay to the top like 5, top 10 if we were going to talk about these at all. But things like these moonbirds. I don't actually know what the fuck is going on in moonbirds, but this shit's like just actually crazy. You can clearly see this guy's bull flagging to go do something nuts. If anybody knows any intel about this, I'd like to know about it before I fucking talk about that project. But for right now, like we focus on like the 2 top blue chips, which we think are Clonex and Bored Apes. Artifact monoliths. Oh, they may put the monolith over here. And then they have a monolith graph. Dope. That, fellas, that's a fucking bull flag. So, what do I gotta do here? Nike invention box. Fucking bull flag, bitch. Where's my color thingies? Mooncat love colors. It's a bull flag. And a TTA, bitches. Every asset class. So, you guys know how that works. Yoink, yoink. Did do that fast, did you, huh? Telling you, people underestimate this little quick fucking edit thing on Apple. I love it. Probably should give them some different colors. Well, it is what it is. So, shit's bullish in fucking this land. It's a different world. Like there's just these projects have some real things going on with them. And while you watch risk markets over and stocks look crazy, this shit looks fucking bonkers over here. So really fascinating shit. Looking at like all sides of the market right now. So that is the macro of a macro of a macro section if I've ever done one. Do you guys get all that? Flipping NFTs ain't for everybody. Yep. Understand the, your risk and stuff and what you can afford. That's definitely a market that, is very liquid. Getting out can fuck you in a rush. So, how much time do we got? We hit 9 o'clock? 9:03. Damn, son. What do you guys think? Did everybody catch all those notes? Are you guys paralyzed? Memos on memos on memos. Apparently Moonbirds has venture capital in them, but what are they doing beyond having venture capital? What is the project? If you guys caught the November Metaverse show and watched DC Blogger talk about the MetaKey and MetaKey being like a way to access communities, that's all this is, right? Bored Apes is fucking just a super MetaKey, and so is Clonex. But what is the communities you're getting introduced to, and where is the value add? There's definitely some really interesting developments just since November, and what we see is actually coming along the lines right now. You guys can see, like this was tweeted out, and so products, ultimately the bodies and that you're going to do are going to model products. It's going to be a really interesting world. And here's a peek at like a 3D body with a in real life, forgeable hood that you can get to take home. You can wear in the metaverse, and we'll have some other features that likely, something like what they're doing with the shoes that are metaverse enabled and real world, forgeable. This is always what it was, right? It's going to be still about fucking selling merch, but it's a more innovative way of doing it. Transacting merch that doesn't physically exist, and it's just literally just sheer perception of value perception added to the community. So this is a really fascinating marketing strategy seeing come along, and it's going to be really interesting to watch it develop. But yeah, this is going to take years to really see the to fruition where it's really going to be. It's not something that's happening overnight. A lot of people that are short-sighted are going to really miss out on that. So let me get your symbols and see what I can run through. Square. All right, here we go. SQM. So food, guys, we're talking about food crisis things. SQM is part of the disaster basket. He had earnings, it looks like. It doesn't look like no, earnings are still not yet. So he gapped down the corrective structure. I've been watching these guys. They pull back a bunch of these dudes. I don't have drawings for this guy. I guess I've never had him before. MOS. Like, so this guy pulled back. Was watching him too. You know, this dude right here has been pretty interesting. They dipped down pretty well, and we were looking for this. They were running really hard in disaster baskets. They looked for a corrective structure, and they could oscillate now, create a big bull flag. So, you know, Bungie, a bunch of them corrected back, and that's kind of what we're watching, right? Bungie is still in this steep channel. Could correct out of it and then turn up. So a bunch of dudes in there look kind of the same. Deer corrected back. All these guys corrected back after a pretty crazy run. So we're kind of waiting for them to sort themselves out and see what they do next. WMB. We had a breakout level on him. Stay on top of that. You wanted to see how he structures out. If you hold structure on top, he can push off of that. Not remembering any symbols. HLT, MA, CLD. HLT. Hilton. We talked about Hilton and Marriott. HLT, do I have him on the show anywhere? There's Hilton. Hilton had like an expanding formation, so this is kind of ugly. You want to see a bull flag structure that sustains and stays the fuck over this, especially when he's been part of an expanding formation. He needs to stay above the last, like the highest trigger we have, and give you a clean structure to keep this going. MasterCard. No chart for MasterCard there. MasterCard had a couple ranges on him. I'd play him on that top trigger. This is just a train wreck. So unless he's strong off the top, this is all death. Don't fuck with that kind of shit. CLD. Not sure. This is American Realty Trust. Kind of looks like hell. Probably going to be able to, hold in the range of COVID lows. Definitely think there's better realty trust than this one you're pulling up. There's way stronger things. Like, if you're looking for like, that's a motherfucker. It's been a freight train. Public storage. We had him on the show back here. Remember? Told you this one, like rental space. Like, this is gonna go crazy. It went crazy. So I think CLD. I think this is something you could play if he survives this corrective structure here. Is just a match that ultimately becomes his low, and he holds climax low, slightly higher low, rotates, and then this thing's just, I don't know, somewhere up there you give a fuck about him. You could play anywhere from that range, but I think there's better stuff. Matt, XCL, MPC, Matt, Mattel. So Mattel, he's one of your big cycle guys I gave you in OnlyFans, right? If you guys remember this, he's your OnlyFans chart, and he's in motion, right? I told you he'd be like a macro cycle under Biden, right? And he's doing exactly that. So if you look at him from the different cycles, presidential cycles, you can see it. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, we thought this would be a big scale rotation, and real toy guy, for whatever reason, these things seem to come around again. As we leave the digital world and people want in real life things, like Mattel would benefit from in real life products. What you see with Metaverse and fucking making digital products that can go in real life is literally exactly the cycle that I was thinking would happen. Also, as we moved away from microblogging and back to talking to each other, things went away from full Web 2. This guy would benefit, and we were going back to in real life talking, Metaverse in real life crossover. This guy kind of reflects the cycle that we're coming out of in the bottle we're in for the last Facebook social media era. So this guy should continue to fill this trajectory out. It looks good so far, but he's going to be a slow mover. He's a big cycle guy. We gave you that guy like a year ago, so anybody been paying attention to that one? Good one if you played it. XEL, check your OnlyFans. XEL. Think that guy's on some other chart. XEL. Nope. Pretty easy to read that, right? I can't do all your symbols. It's 9:10, so I don't want to carry you guys too close to the bell. But that dude, you're probably watching what he does here. If he rotates out of that, play him off the top, kind of deal. Maybe I can't do all your symbols. Nah, there's too many there. So what are we at? Somebody asked for looks. I'll get one of those odd exchange coins. Looks rare. Got this guy ready. Mooncat posted this dude, and he was dead money. So Mooncat tell you stay away. Listen to Mooncat. All right, Mooncat warns you about this guy, that they're fucking around in there. And Once they're on this level, that's death, right? So Mooncat warned you to get out of this coin about there. And warned you again down low, and then that's the level, right? He's still trapped. So until he's back above 198, you don't give a fuck about this guy. Yeah, stay away. Listen to the Mooncat. Where do we have that one? We have that one somewhere. Oh, Jesus. Not on the show. Not that one. We got the warning for that one somewhere. He is. There he is. Told you when you get down here, he gets under here, he's gonna be dead. What have you been doing on Snapchat? Yeah, so he gave you a warning, right? Stay the fuck out here, and then once you see this shit, don't fuck with him no more. So, looks, still dead since that. That's the bear flag projection, he's still dead. So until he's back to this shit, no one gives a fuck about looks. What was the one you just asked me? XCL? No, that wasn't it. MPC, boy, I got short-term memory problems. MPC is gonna be the last one I do. MPC. Damn, I know I have a chart for this MPC. Oh wow, that was the last time I did MPC. Well, fuck. So pay attention to him. He's kind of, in the same world as WMB. These guys who benefit pipelines and stuff like that. KMI. These guys are all kind of pretty strong. Obviously WMB and MPC are. We'll just put them over here. So oil pipeline guys, definitely worth paying attention to on a high like that. You just want to see them sustain. What the fuck? My bad. I got charts, Director Vale. I got charts. She's on my ass. You guys better love it. All right, so interesting structure right here. That dump correction you see on Ape, kind of think of it like this, right? That guy just sets a range. He can dick off and he can go like now. He can correct down and then he come back. You just let him do his shit in here and see what he sets up and play him off that. Let him stay clear of this shit. So these two pass, fuck that. You just want him outside. As long as he stays above this level and not chopping around in it, it's safer to play him when he's free and clear of this shit. So something like that, We'll take that pass. But that's if he's gonna do a continuation. Otherwise, he could correct bigger. Get the fuck out of here. See if he holds a trajectory like that, right? Kind of like Ape, real steep, because there's real fucking crazy fire behind oil. Otherwise, he corrects a little bit through the line, and then, path B would be he does this, and then comes up and goes again later. So, as long as, don't do that. As long as you stay bullish in oil, that shit's going to likely do that. I saw somebody ask that. I can get that up real quick. Rune didn't fill off his trigger. Could hold on this trigger. Wait to see what he does. He's pretty much doing something like this now. So you wait to see if he gets structured down there and can rotate off this trigger or something like that. You might be able to play something here and see him back up to this. But he's probably safer above this, to be honest with you. All right, guys. That's every goddamn. I got the screen up on that, right? You guys saw Rune? Did I fuck that up? Or I had that up, right? Yeah? No? Did you guys see Rune just now? Did I not bring the screen up for that? I did have that, right? Okay, good. Alright, motherfuckers. It's 9:15. Get your game faces on. It's Friday. Market's a little weak on the whole supply chain thing with Apple. Amazon's down. You guys know the double do dicky? When you got gaps and things like that. So you're in the depths of hell at 29 VIX. Like I said, there's a bull flag structure on the VIX. Pay attention to that guy. If you're going to pay attention to the intraday VIX, you use the UVXY. You can use intraday, watch him, and use the double do dicky rule, the dildo rule, and watch the S&P 500. If there's going to be a squeeze off the gap, use the rule on fucking both the UVXY and the SPY to safeguard going after any guys like Apple or any of those motherfuckers. Don't fucking, the guys who had earnings, they're but there's obviously the guys who are highly correlated risk on guys that I know you guys have gotten from the show. Make sure the S&P is like fucking, he's got a Green Day dildo rule before you fuck with a buy on it. It's going to kill you otherwise. Don't try to catch a knife on shit like this, especially VIX 30. Never forget how far above VIX 21 we are and what that fucking means to risk assets, right? Make it through the weekend, bitches. And let's see how this ape rolled out for other side works. Should be interesting. You guys killed it on ape coin. Don't keep on fucking okay, gotta keep on hitting it. Make sure it's got a clean structure to gas again before you fuck with it. Y'all know the entry logic clearly from Reddit. You know what you're doing. So badass. Thanks for everybody who's migrated from Twitch over to YouTube. Hopefully the rest of the missing half of the audience that's normally here will figure this out, and we'll see them over here. So catch you guys on the flip. Peace out. Thanks for watching Winter After Dark. See you next week.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, welcome. Winter.
Yeah, we got time for a post credit, I think. Now this is a Metaverse ass shit if I ever seen it. Don't you think? Watching Tesla today. Man, I hit every fucking wrong button for that one. Interesting trigger level too, right? Was what we told you about that double doohickey. Tesla as a risk on guy got dropped yesterday. Elon kind of proving what he's gonna do. Pre-market strength on him, on trigger, on old high. This guy, double doohickey, watch him also. It was a good gasser in the session. If we get gas, he's in a crazy place for it. Good luck, bitches. I see you motherfuckers Monday.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches.
Double dicky do. How'd y'all let me say that wrong so many fucking times? Jesus fuck. Get it right. All right, we're gone now, actually.